Hello and welcome to this edition of You and the Law. On You and the Law, I basically add law to the news. I look at the breaking news items globally and within Nigeria, and then I identify the issues of law in the breaking news, and then discuss them side by side with the facts, in the breaking news, for us to have a better understanding of the principles of law governing everyday living. My name is Ekeminudim. I'm a legal practitioner. I'm always glad to know that you're there, keeping me company on this show. Without you, the show would have been very lonely for me, but with you, it's very exciting and always full of something to learn. Thank you very much for being there for me. The news recently is that the National Assembly of Nigeria has amended the Electoral Act to give room for direct primaries by political parties. Now, under the electoral jurisprudence in Nigeria, under the electoral practices in Nigeria, the build up to the election, you have something known as primaries conducted usually by political parties to streamline the number of people aspiring for a political office, to streamline, as I said, and then bring out 1, 2, 3, 4 people for the various offices, provided for in the Constitution. So that process of conducting primaries is what the Senate is saying. Henceforth, every political party in Nigeria must only go by direct primaries, as against what was before, where political parties had the liberty to either conduct direct primaries or conduct indirect primaries. This time around, the Senate is saying all political parties must conduct direct primaries. That is, people must queue, members of the political parties must queue behind somebody and then cast their vote somehow or lift their hands, be counted, and so on. And from the result of that exercise, the flag bearer of the political party then emerges. Now, as would be expected, this very decision by the Senate to have only direct primaries for purpose of conduct of the primaries before the general election in Nigeria has attracted so much comment all over the country. There are some people that are saying that the Senate is going too far by insisting on direct primaries for the political parties. Others are saying that this is the best thing to happen to a democracy such as the democracy practiced in Nigeria. People are saying that it's going to be very inclusive and so on. But the totality of argument about this very provision by the Senate is to the extent that the Senate does not have the power to insist on direct primaries for the political parties. But let's look at the issue of law on this. Does the Senate have the power to amend the Electoral Act to insist on any kind of primaries for the political parties? Now, to answer this question, let us go to Section 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which creates the legislature and gives the legislature the power to make laws and to amend laws for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, when you go to Section 47 of the Constitution also, the Constitution has created the National Assembly for purpose of making laws for the governance for the entire people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So let's also look at Section 227 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which has made provision for the Senate to make laws to govern the conduct of primaries by political parties. I'm sure most people don't know this section of the Constitution. And let me read it for purpose of clarity so that we can follow the conversation and so that we can also answer the question whether the Senate has the power to make laws for the purpose of conduct of primaries of the various political parties. I read on the screen for you to see. The National Assembly may by law provide guidelines and rules to ensure internal democracy within political parties, including making laws for the conduct of party primaries, party congresses, and party conventions. So That's the provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which I have displayed on the screen for all of us to see. A careful look at that section shows clearly that the Constitution has given power to the National Assembly to make laws to regulate the conduct of primaries by the various political parties. So what does that mean? That means that the National Assembly can make laws to regulate everything and anything as regards the conduct of primaries by political parties. In this case, the National Assembly is making law to say that from henceforth, only direct primaries shall be conducted by the political parties in the country. By the clear provision of that section, which was just displayed on the screen, that is section 228 of the Constitution, the National Assembly has the power to make laws to regulate the conduct of primaries by the political parties in this country. So, the clear answer to the question is simple. That the recent amendment by the National Assembly is not outside the purview of the powers of the National Assembly. Now, by way of further explanation of these, the section of the Constitution that creates the legislature allows the legislature the power to make laws. Now, incidental to the power to make laws is the power to amend laws. The body that makes laws can amend laws. And so the National Assembly, in this case, by amending the Electoral Act, Section 87, to give room for the conduct of direct primaries by the political parties, is rightly within its powers given to the National Assembly by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So the argument that the National Assembly does not have the power to make the recent amendment is with the greatest respect an argument that is not supported by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, it is highly desirable by most Nigerian citizens that the political parties should be given the liberty to choose whether to use direct primaries or to use indirect primaries. But laws are usually made to take care of mischief, to take care of things that have been done by persons which have been adjudged to be anti-people. You would recall that in the last set of elections in this country, political parties have been adopting either indirect primaries or direct primaries, and mostly indirect primaries, and in the process making it impossible for a lot of people to participate in the process of electing political office holders, flag bearers. We've also seen that for some time in Nigeria now, political parties have this culture of selecting a few people, taking them in, and then giving them money, and then buying their consciences and making it impossible for them to choose from their consciences who should be the flag bearer of the political party. And so money politics has been the case as a result of indirect primary. And that perhaps may be the reason why the National Assembly is saying from henceforth, let us make it open, let everybody get to the field, and then members of the political party queue behind the candidates and then elect who among them is to be the flag bearer of the political party. So I think this is the mischief that the National Assembly is trying to checkmate by this very provision. And by the provisions of the Constitution that I just read, the National Assembly has the right to make this very amendment of the Electoral Act to give room for direct primaries. It is now left for the political parties to ensure that there is democracy by the direct primaries and to ensure that everybody participates and to ensure also that the rightful persons are elected by the political parties to carry the flags of the political parties and then join other political parties for purpose of the general election. Thank you very much for watching this very episode of You and the Law. That's the much that time can take. I do hope you have learned one or two things about the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the powers of the National Assembly to make laws and to make laws and to amend laws on every subject within its powers. Thank you once again. Do remember to subscribe to my channel to have regular notifications sent to you from time to time so that together we can continue to learn about the basic principles of law governing everyday living. Thank you very much and remain blessed.